So what we're going to do next is install a SASS extension. Now the way that you can figure out if there's an extension for you is to do a search for SASS extension and then try to describe what it is that you're looking for. So for example, if I did SASS extension, import all partials from a directory, we'll see the SASS globbing mentioned in the top files up here. Now if we followed this link here, it would tell us more about what SASS globbing is and point us in the direction of where we can find out more. But once you know the name of the extension, it's good to figure out the source. That is, where on the internet its main documentation lives. So I'm going to do a search for SASS globbing, and you can see here that it resides on GitHub. If you land on a GitHub page, there's a good chance that you're back at the source. So I'm going to click on this and scroll down a little bit, and it tells us a little bit about how this works. So to import a folder of files, we would just use the @import statement, which we did before, but then we'll point it to a directory and add an asterisk to mean everything within that directory. And it also shows us an alternative syntax for importing files within directories within an overarching directory. And if we scroll down, we'll see some information about the installation. So we'll just run gem install SASS globbing. Now, if you've made it this far in the series, then you already have Ruby installed, which comes with the gem installer. And you should be able to run this on the command line, whether you're on Mac or Windows or Linux. So I'm going to open up a new command line here, since we have our SASS watch running in the other command line window. And I'll paste in the command and hit enter. And if we see this one gem installed at the end, then chances are we're in business. We go back to the browser to see if there's any other instructions. It shows us how to use this with the SASS command line. So before, we were using SASS watch and then our SASS directory, CSS directory. But now if we want to add globbing, we're going to have to add this -r and then SASS globbing. Before we do that, let's switch to this syntax so we import from a directory rather than importing the individual files. So I'll jump back to our editor and I'll erase all of this here and just add an asterisk for the components. And when I save this, it will mean that we're going to run into some errors on the command line. So if I go back to our window where we're running SASS watch, we get an error that says the file is not found or unreadable. Okay, so I'm going to hit Control-C or Command-C in order to stop the watch process. And what we'll do is use our new command. So I'll scroll down here and we'll copy this command right here. And we're just going to change the two directories at the end. So I'll go back to the command line. I'll paste it in, I'll add a space, and we'll do SASS and then CSS and hit enter. Okay, if we jump back to the browser, we see the errors in our CSS file. Now this was generated before we installed SASS globbing. So now what we need to do is change this SCSS file so that the CSS gets regenerated. So I went ahead and added a new line and saved it and then refreshed the CSS. And now we see everything being pulled together. We see our icon box, our slide, our snippet, and our stacked hero section.